Boom shakalaka, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters around the world. It is your boy Crucial, aka the Esoteric Noetic, aka the Chocolate Nubian Soul Brother. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, click on the bell, tell your friends, tell your mom, drop some comments, let us know what it is. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, I had the pleasure of checking out a documentary over this long Easter weekend known as The Conspiracy Theory of Everything by Jordan Duchnycz. Ooh, absolutely amazing stuff. This guy nailed it. Jordan Duchnycz is the creator of Spirit Science. Got to check out his work. Definitely dropping some wisdomatic truth bombs in regards to some esoteric noetical sciences, in regards to mystery school knowledge. Been following this guy for many years. But this documentary is probably one of his finest works. And as you would expect, it has been taken off of YouTube, apparently for harassment, strangely enough. You know, of course, they have to come up with something to take it down, because you can't have something like that or perhaps is too close to the truth. But it's interesting how we talk about conspiracy theories, because granted, the documentary has this premise that these ideas are simply ideas. I think one of the greatest myths, one of the greatest conspiracies, is that these conspiracies or myths are just myths or conspiracy theories. The reality is that they are based off of realities in regards to the secret origins of the world, in regards to occult organizations. And the documentary talks about this in a very nuanced, this may or may not be so kind of idea. But I think for those that are looking at this with the third eye being open, realize that many of these ideas are not conspiracy theories and not ideas built of air and imagination. And it starts up by talking about one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world, which you find anyone that is really aware about what is going on, in my opinion, will know something about. And this is the esoteric truth in regards to the origins of this planet, the archons, the demiurge. The ancient Gnostic writings, one of the earliest texts, make reference to this illusionary world known as the Maya. You see this being covered in the Matrix. Essentially, that this reality is a mock creation, and it's in control by something we refer to as God, Yahweh, or the demiurge, or Yalda both. But essentially, this being is a mock creation. It is a usurper, and essentially the supreme being created this being through something known as the polarization experiment in ancient Gnostic writings. But look, in short, you find that the place we are now, this being is in control, and it has taken over the creations, the light beings, and is essentially using them in order to extract them to sustain this universe. And essentially this is what we find ourselves in. And the ancient Gnostic writings were essentially about trying to redempt the spirit from matter, to try to raise your vibration and connect to the divine source and escape this illusionary world. But the documentary speaks about this esoteric truth, also goes into another conspiracy, which I find very fascinating, and that is the ufology scene. It talks about the Montauk Project, the Philadelphia experiment, speaks about visitation from extraterrestrials, which is not something that's been happening for, let's say, 100 or 200 years, but it's been happening for thousands of years. Talks about the reptilians, talks about the graves from Zeta Reticula, talks about all the main conspiracy theories. Hollow Earth. Now, some of these conspiracy theories are obviously more credible than others. Moon landing, flat Earth, which to me is something that is built off of air and imagination. It has no grounding in reality. But many other conspiracy theories are not conspiracy theories. And if you spend time looking at enough of this information, you cross-reference information from different areas, different sources, you eventually realize that there's a common theme. There are things that you continually hear over and over and over again. And this definitely plays true in the ufology scene, that there definitely is information the government has been preventing the general public from gaining access to. Another thing it speaks about is the QAnon phenomena that's been going on. It talks about another conspiracy theory known as the Great Reset, which for obvious reasons I'm not going to go into, but I highly recommend people checking out the documentary. It kind of weaves this tapestry in regards to all of the main conspiracies that we've been experiencing, not just throughout the last few decades, but throughout the history. And I think if you really want to gain an understanding of what's going on in this world, you need to understand not just the last 10, 20, 30 years, not just things like 9/11, not just false flags dealing with recent history, but things dealing with the hidden, things dealing with the esoteric origins of religion, of psychology. And this documentary does an amazing job of going through that. A few of the other things I wanted to mention that it covers are obviously the secret government, the Illuminati, the animal holocaust, which is a conspiracy that often gets overlooked, that there is this suppression of information in regards to your health, and this often perpetuated idea that we need to eat animals in order to sustain ourselves. But more importantly, that it is, at least on a spiritual level, completely insane for us to take on this attitude that we should be saved from our enslavers, those above us that are enslaving us, when we ourselves are complicit in enslaving these animals that we share the planet with, our fellow earthlings. And it's a conspiracy which I think often is not given a lot of seriousness amongst many people that consider themselves to be truthers. But fundamentally, I think it's something that is incumbent upon all of us to look at seriously if we are trying to raise the vibration of the planet. Now, one conspiracy theory which really wasn't covered, kind of maybe lightly touched on, just the fact that we're in this age of this technocracy, but the Bitcoin conspiracy, something I've spoken about in length in regards to the origins of Bitcoin. I've covered this in videos about Satoshi Nakamoto, about how the obvious truth is somehow obfuscated and taken away from the mainstream because it doesn't fit with the narrative. And this is, as I've spoken about many times on this channel, that Craig Wright was one of the key figures in the creation of Bitcoin, was essentially the creator of the white paper, is aka Satoshi Nakamoto, who've had the pleasure of interviewing, and also how this technology, whereas a lot of people think it may be used to liberate us, it may very well be used for our enslavement. Who knows? I mean, one of the things we've learned is that any kind of technology has the potential to both save us, but to also enslave us. But ladies and gentlemen, highly recommend watching this documentary, The Conspiracy Theory of Everything. It weaves a nuanced tapestry in regards to what is going on so many levels. Once again, mad props to Jordan Duchnycz for this amazing work. Until next time, peace out, keep it real. Suri Namaskara, Namaste. This is the Esoteric Noetic, aka Crystal. Ow!
What is liberty?
What the? Who says you can't build muscle on a vegan diet?
What's it like being a hottie in the vegan community?
There are no political solutions, only technological ones.
The economics of the system don't allow multiple competing systems to survive.
Engineering, technology, these arts of humanity, they are magic.